USJM FM Benton Harbor, St. Joseph. Depend on us. The Morning Show with Jonny and Ken on News Talk Sports 94.9 WSJM.
Well, good morning. Just about 7 o'clock. Today is going to be a bit of a rainy day. 70% chance for rain this morning, then a 30% chance for some rain in the afternoon. High 60. Looking at tonight, still a little bit rainy, but it's not going to cool down too much. This is not the cold rain. This is apparently the warmer rain.
Oh, okay.
So it's only cooling us down to about 50.
Yeah.
And then Friday, a little bit of rain and a high 63. So overall, I'd say pretty good.
Okay. That does sound nice.
Let's find out what's happening in the news this morning. WSJM News is brought to you by our friends at Cornerstone Alliance. See GoMichigan.com, Cornerstone Alliance.
WSJM News now. Team coverage from the WSJM Newsroom on News Talk Sports 94.9 WSJM.
In the WSJM Newsroom, I'm Ken Lundberg. Indiana-Michigan Power's Cook Nuclear Power Plant Unit 1 will begin its 31st refueling outage this Saturday at 3 a.m. Power on Unit 1 was reduced on Wednesday to allow for equipment testing before the outage began. The unit will have operated for 11,876 hours in its last cycle at a capacity factor of 97.8%, generating over 12 million megawatt hours of electricity.
Wow.
That's a lot of electricity. So they're going to cool her down and do some refueling. Cook Unit 2 remains at 100%. Power to customers is not expected to be disrupted by the planned outage. AEP does not provide a return to service date for competitive reasons. So the refueling is going to get underway this weekend. A Benton Harbor man is dead following a fire on Tuesday night. The Benton Harbor Department of Public Safety says firefighters responded to the home at 725 McAllister shortly after 10 p.m. on a report of a structure fire. A family of 3 lived in the home. Firefighters arrived to find 2 of the residents outside, a husband and wife. They said their 39-year-old son was still inside. The rescue team went inside and found the son in his upstairs bedroom. He had died of smoke and heat. The mother and father were treated at the scene for smoke inhalation and were taken to Corwell Health South. The cause of the fire remains under investigation. The names of the victims have not been released. No one is hurt after a truck fire in Van Buren County on Wednesday. The Van Buren County Sheriff's Department says deputies were sent to 45th Street south of County Road 388 in Bloomingdale Township around 9 a.m. and they found the truck fully engulfed in flames. The driver of the vehicle had gotten out and was not hurt. The fire was too powerful for the deputies to put it out with fire extinguishers. The Bloomingdale Fire Department finally extinguished the blaze. The deputies say it appears the fire started in the truck's engine compartment. It was towed from the scene. As Republicans in Congress work to install a new Speaker of the House, retired Congressman Fred Upton is watching with great interest. He spoke to MSNBC yesterday after Steve Scalise was nominated for the speakership Wednesday and said Scalise's main rival, Jim Jordan, is about as conservative as they come.
You'd have to say that Jim Jordan was literally at the very edge. Of course, he is chairman of the House Judiciary Committee, a very partisan committee. It has been for a good 10 years from both sides.
Instead, Scalise has a better relationship with a larger cross-section of the House. He called it a blow to former President Donald Trump that Scalise was nominated before Jordan.
I don't think a president or a former president has ever weighed in on a speakership. At least I don't think that's ever happened. Trump doesn't usually do this unless he thinks he's going to win.
Upton wondered how many rounds of voting it will take to elect a new speaker to become Speaker of the House right now because of vacancies. A candidate must receive 217 votes. Set for this Friday is a chance for anyone to meet and mingle with police officers from across Berrien County. Michigan State Police Trooper Holly Higgs tells us Coffee with the Cop will be held at the local in Baroda. On hand will be state police, the Berrien County Sheriff's Department, and the Baroda Lake Township Police Department. They will answer questions for anyone who stops by.
It's just a great opportunity to break down some barriers that we have. Most people don't want to walk up to police officers while we're on the street or in our car. We're kind of inapproachable. But when we're sitting down over food, it's a great time to be able to just talk and get to know what some of the concerns are in the community.
Higgs says when these events are held, people often express concern about crime in their neighborhood and ask how someone can become a police officer. She knows that most of the contacts people have with cops are in emergency or stressful situations, so this will be a much more laid-back situation. Coffee with a Cop runs from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. Everyone is invited to participate. It's at the local in Baroda.
Love that idea.
Yeah, buy a nice cup of coffee for a cop. I wonder if they'll let you do that. Probably won't, but we'll see. Anyway.
They can't stop me. What are they going to do? Arrest me?
Write you a ticket. In the WSJM newsroom, I'm Ken Lundberg.
Always learning with our friends from Barry and Risa coming up here in just a few minutes. We're going to be talking about the Career Pathways Day going to be happening next week. Get you all the details on that. A lot of high schoolers going to be learning about a lot of different careers.
Sweet.
Plus, we'll catch you up with sports. Right now, let's find out what's happening around the nation and the world with ABC News.
Israeli airstrikes continue into Gaza. On day 6 of the war between Israel and Hamas, about 1,200 killed in Israel, including 22 Americans. Another 1,300 people dead in Gaza, killed in retaliation.
A senior Hamas official is claiming the militants planned the attack on Israel for 2 years, making no mention of any outside involvement. Reuters, citing a source close to Hamas, reports the militant group started planning the attack in May 2021, angered after Israeli troops stormed the Al-Aqsa Mosque in Jerusalem during clashes between police and Palestinian protesters.
Oh, yeah?
Secretary of State Anthony Blinken was in Tel Aviv, focused on Americans who are missing, being held hostage, or stranded in the region. Others are caught in the middle, too. Hollis Calderon says her 12 and 16-year-old children are being held. She's seen them in videos.
My baby is like, can you imagine your child like that?
With continuing coverage, Israel at war. I'm Derek Dennis, ABC News.
Your sports update on the morning show is brought to you by True Blue Financial. Independent, uncomplicated, dedicated.
Night 2 of the National Hockey League season, and game number 2 for the Chicago Blackhawks and Connor Bedard. Bedard scored his first NHL goal, but the Hawks fell to the Boston Bruins 3-1. Tonight, the Red Wings are at New Jersey at 7:30. Major League Baseball playoffs, Philadelphia over Atlanta 10-2.
Good morning. How's everybody doing this morning on our live stream?
Hello.
Hope you're having a great start to your day.
You know how you like to emphasize live?
Live! Yeah.
Did you do that during the debate?
Yes.
At the floor candidate forum?
I did.
And people watching live.
Yeah.
Picked up on that.
Yeah.
That was good.
I'm always a character, man. I can't be professional.
Well, yes, you can. I love the jacket you were wearing.
Thank you.
That was cool.
Thank you. It was blue velvet. And a lot of people, some people gave me a hard time for that. Al Pashoka was, I think Al was jealous.
Yeah, he was jealous.
Because I was like, look at your jacket. You're going to make fun of my jacket. You just got a plain jacket. Yours isn't velvet. I will say, though, for anybody that has had velvet jackets, they get kind of warm.
Oh.
So it's definitely not you can't wear it all seasons.
Okay.
You definitely got to look at the fall, winter. I was a little warm. I wasn't sweating. No, I was fine, but it was a little bit warm.
You drinking water going,
oh man, I'm sweating so much, just dripping down. No, it wasn't that bad. But yeah, I actually I have 2 velvet jackets.
Oh, what's the other color?
Burgundy.
Okay.
Like a nice burgundy
jacket.
Yeah, like very smoky jacket.
You have to.
Got a great deal on them.
Okay.
I think it was
where'd you get them?
JCPenney.
Okay.
It was like around like one of those season changing things because I think the velvet jacket more of a wintry fall kind of thing, and I got a great deal on it. And I was like, you know what? These jackets are awesome. I love them. I need to get another one. I saw blue. I got the burgundy one first. I saw the blue one, and I was like, I gotta have those. So they're staples, and they're always conversation starters because every time for every year that I've had the thing for like 5-6 years maybe.
Yeah.
And so many times people are like, that's a nice jacket.
It is nice.
Nice jacket. And then they'll like come up to me and they're like, can I touch it? Can I touch the jacket? So yeah.
You have to brush it?
Not really.
So
I try to, it does collect fuzz every once in a while. A little bit of lint. So I need one of those special, I need a velvet brush.
Yes. It's fancy.
Yeah. It's your son and you were talking about suede shoes earlier. It's like that's the thing is when you have velvet jacket, you got to be very careful as well.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't you can't go out in the rain with a velvet jacket.
Nope.
Not a good idea.
No.
But always learning with our friends from Barry and Risa is coming up here in just a few minutes. We'll cut in into that conversation at some point because a great conversation with the folks from Barry and Risa about Career Pathways Day that's happening next week, and really just a lot of CTE, career technical education, where there's a growing number of school districts that are offering a lot of really cool programs. And then also on the other side of that, a lot of businesses are seeing that and saying, this is a great opportunity for us to work with a lot of these area schools and figure out internship programs and a lot of other opportunities for the youths.
It's a nice thing to do for the youths.
Yeah.
Because I mean, they've got so much on their mind. They've got to focus on schoolwork. They have to focus on extracurricular activities. Maybe they've, got a relationship or something like that. The last thing they want to think about is, oh gosh, what am I going to do for the rest of my life? And giving them that view to, here's a realm of possibilities.
Well, and to experience that in high school, where you don't have to spend a ton of money in college of figuring it out of what you want to do, and then you get, a month or two into it, and or even maybe a year into whatever you're doing, and it's like, I don't think I want to do that anymore. So there's everything from automotive, there's nursing, there's culinary, there's tons and tons of programs, broadcasting.
Cool.
So we know a little bit about that stuff. So it's really cool, and to see that grow, and so good collaboration with Barry and Risa and Michigan Works putting together Career Pathways Day that we'll be at next week.
Are you going? Speaking of people who succeeded in life,
okay,
are you going to go see the new Taylor Swift movie?
I was thinking about that this morning.
Okay.
Do I want to spend money to go see that? I mean, it'd be a lot less than buying the ticket to go see her in person, but I don't know. Well, I guess having that theater experience, because there's so many movies that a lot of people say you have to see in theaters. And I feel like watching concerts, I've watched some concerts, live concert performances and films from my house.
Yeah.
But I feel like I do need to, if I want to experience it the right way, I do need to go to the theater. So I'm considering it.
Yeah, I would like to see it.
Yeah.
I think I would like to.
I've seen her in concert, but this was a number of years ago with her 1989 tour that she did. So it was a number. Yeah, it was like probably like 2013, 14. It was a while ago.
Yeah.
Whenever that album came out, but it was a great show. I mean, I knew all the songs because I've been listening to Taylor Swift for years. I don't think I'm a Swiftie.
Oh.
But I at least know most of her songs.
At what level do you become a Swiftie?
When you're like, when you buy the merch, when you create the friendship bracelets, when you become part of her fan club. I mean, you got to go pretty deep to go be a Swiftie.
Would you say Travis Kelce is a Swiftie?
Not yet.
Because he was not at the movie premiere.
Yeah,
which is news.
Yeah, which is news. But
she went to 2 of his games, and he doesn't show up for her movie premiere.
Here's the thing:
what a dog!
The movie premiere was what, last night?
Yeah.
I don't think his coach would let him leave. He has a game tonight.
She has concerts. She
doesn't go back on tour till like next week.
You got to prepare. You got stuff to do.
That's why she didn't go to the game on Sunday.
Yeah.
No, Taylor Swift. When I saw that in the news, I was like, yeah, because he's got football. And the NFL and NFL and the coaches don't usually they're pretty lenient in the first part of the week. Like, okay, if you can't come to, Wednesday's practice, Tuesday's practice, it's okay because a lot of it's just kind of walkthrough stuff.
Got a note from his coach that said it's okay.
Now they got a game, and when they have a Thursday night game, they start practice on like Monday. They don't get Monday off like they usually do. They start and they got a game plan for the next thing. So he can't have that kind of distraction of leaving. So I'm sure then he did something, sent her a gift or something like that, or called. I heard that they talk on the phone all the time.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
So
did they talk about how much she spent on the dress she wore to her premiere?
Oh, I don't know. How much was it?
$12,000.
Dang.
Apparently, it was good.
She can afford it.
Yeah, she showed up solo in a gorgeous $12,000 plunging light blue floral gown.
Okay.
For the premiere. That was not my description. That was the Mirror had that description. Right. I haven't seen it yet, so I can't endorse it.
It's nice. I saw a picture. I saw a picture of. She did have Beyonce there. Oh. Beyonce did show up as her date.
That's nice.
So,
okay.
Yeah, I think Beyonce over Travis Kelce. I think that works. Instead of that as a date.
Okay.
Good replacement date.
Yeah.
Queen Bee.
Yeah, I mean, if Travis stands you up, go with somebody.
Right, exactly. So there you go. All right. Anything else Taylor Swift related? You got anything else for me? No, you go see the movie?
I think so. Yeah, I think so. I think that'd be fun. Although I'm probably going to go see The Exorcist this weekend.
Oh my god,
I want to see that.
Stephanie on board with that?
Oh yeah,
she's on board with The Exorcist.
It was her idea.
Okay, because I was thinking, okay, you're going to go to Taylor Swift because maybe she's a Swiftie, and then
I will only lay claim. This is part of the exclusive comment. I will only lay claim to this here on the exclusive comment.
Okay.
I think I am responsible for her being a Swiftie.
Ooh,
for her enjoying and appreciating Taylor Swift.
Oh wow!
Yeah, I introduced the music.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
What did you introduce? Like first?
Well, when I was at Whirlpool Corporation, to get the meeting rooms going before meetings, you play music.
Okay.
And so
you were the pump up guy.
I was the pump up guy.
Okay.
And so I would throw some music in there, and every now and again, inevitably, Taylor Swift would come on. Shake It Off was one of my favorites.
Yeah, it's solid. Yeah, it's solid. No matter who you are, you get that bounce in you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no, that's a good one.
Yeah, so that's fun.
Yeah, Shake It Off. I mean, I've heard all of her songs. I think that one, just as far as usable songs, like in stadiums and all the, I mean, songs that will last a very long time.
Yeah.
Probably Shake It Off is probably one of them.
Yeah. Definitely not the one with Bonnie Bear, but that was a good song too.
Yeah, that's a good song.
I love it.
That was part of her Wilderness album, I believe, right?
I don't know, something with the trees.
And he's from Eau Claire, Wisconsin, I believe.
Is he really?
Yeah.
Oh, well, no wonder he's good people.
Yeah. And that's not even his name.
What is it?
It's something else.
John.
That's probably something like that.
No H, just John.
Maybe he's like John Bonnie Bear instead of John Bon Jovi.
Yeah, John Bonnie Bear.
So
he said, I got to change that.
All right. Other things that we're going to talk about here in just a little bit. We talked about changing tires.
Yeah. Oh, you want to talk about that here? Or?
Well, not yet.
Okay.
We'll talk about it a little bit later on the show.
Right.
What else were you just
No, I was just going to say, is Witkowski coming in this weekend or this week?
I haven't heard from him.
He's been busy.
I don't know. Well, yeah, shoot him a text if you want. Okay. I don't know if he's coming in or not. I did hear that Al Pashoka is going to do this week's preview, but next week, I believe, is the last game of the season, last game of the regular season at least. And I believe that he said Phil McDonald is going to be calling that game.
Oh.
So we'll catch up with Phil. So that's exciting. So I think he told me at the St. Joe City Commission forum that he said, I'm not doing the last game of the season. Phil's going to do it because I got to go out of town for work.
Huh.
So
okay,
there you go.
All right.
Exclusive content for everyone watching. Phil McDonald, you'll be able to hear on 97.5 Wine Country.
So I texted Brett to find out where he's going to be for the preview. I said, yo, good morning. You in studio or remote this week?
Yeah.
He says, you must want something more, LOL. So like Brett.
As in food.
Yeah. Food.
Yeah.
Yeah. He'll be remote from the office.
Okay.
So
good to know.
I'm giving him an aw.
Aww. All right.
Emoji.
Yeah.
The dots. I see the dots. He's typing.
Oh, geez.
The dots.
The three dots. Yeah, there's something special that's happening today. I don't know if you guys do this, but every day seems to be a holiday.
Yeah.
But today is what did I say it was? It was 3-dot awareness. Let's say anniversary. It's the anniversary of the typing awareness indicator, or the 3-dot text bubble that you get on your Apple iPhone. 12 years ago today, they unveiled it. I think it's brought a lot of anxiety on people because you have that they're typing. Oh, it went away. Oh, they're typing. Especially it's like, would you like to go on a date with me? Kind of thing.
Especially if you send like a stressful text or something, or a provocative text, ... and then the dots go away.
Right.
That's a tough one.
Yeah. Like even something like you text a boss or a coworker or something like that. Maybe like, oh, I can't come into work because I'm sick.
Or, hey, I'm going to quit if we don't do this.
Right.
And then the dots appear and then they go away and never come back.
It was actually invented way back in 1997, by the way, fun fact for you, by a bunch of people from IBM, the developers there, working on opposite ends of a room. They needed to know when the other guys were typing, and they got sick of yelling across the room, so they decided to create this 3-dot thing.
Huh.
So there you go.
I mean, the ellipse was always there, the ellipsis. Yeah. But so they're claiming that it's different. It was a different invention or application.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because before, what did they do? I mean, have you had an iPhone that long? What did they do before? Do you remember?
No.
Did it just go?
Probably.
Just all the text notifications. You got all that. You didn't get any sort of typing.
What anniversary is this?
Oh, it's 12 years ago. So 2011. So prior to 2011. So that's the iPhone. That's a while ago. That's like the iPhone 4, 5.
Released. Let's see here. 2007 was the first iPhone.
Yeah.
So for 5 years, you didn't know if somebody got your message.
Oh,
they had like the read receipts, right? Like I read this.
Yeah, I think so.
Or something.
But I'm not even sure if they did that.
Yeah. Boy, the old iPhone is big. First iPhone. It's huge.
No, it's not big. It's small.
It's huge.
It
looks
thick.
like an iPod. Yeah,
It's thick.
Yeah, it's thick.
It's got, yeah.
It only had a 3.5-inch diagonal screen. Now it's 6.1 inch.
I would like for it to go down. I don't think it needs to be. Yeah, because that's why I held on to the 12 mini.
Yeah.
And they made the 13 mini, which I can't remember what the size screen. I think it's more like, yours is like 6 something.
6.1. Yeah.
Mine's like more like 5.
Oh.
Yeah, like 5 inches.
Okay.
I think. And it's easier for me to reach, and I think that's why when Steve Jobs held the first iPhone, when you were going through research and development, he was like, it's got to be something that feels good in the hand.
Yeah.
He was all about the user experience. And I liked that design. Of course, you could pack on some better cameras and things like that. But so many people these days are all about the bigger screen. Got to have the big screen. Got to have like the theater type thing. But you see people walking around all the time, and they just have these huge bulges of phone coming out of their pocket, or these, even when they don't have their phone in their pocket, they start to get, because like for years you always had the wallet, especially in a pair of jeans.
Yeah.
You have the wallet imprint.
Yeah.
Now you're starting to get the phone imprint on people's jeans. Have you been noticing that?
No, I haven't, but that makes sense.
Yeah.
Especially because people are reaching for their phones every 8 minutes or less.
Yeah, so it's wearing down the jeans.
I saw a flip phone with this foldable screen.
Yeah.
Within the last week, and it was at an AT&T store, and they're all displayed out there. And I thought, oh, that's the flip phone. I've never seen one in person. And so I started playing with it, and it wouldn't fully extend. It wouldn't go flat.
Oh,
I know. So are there models that just don't go flat?
Maybe that's why it's a display model.
Yeah, maybe that was it. So that kind of confused me. And then the screen, the way it is,
yeah,
it feels too flimsy. It feels like it's gonna.
Yeah.
Because remember we talked about the testing. Yeah.
Right.
I don't think it would survive.
I'm not on board with that. A buddy of mine, he works in metal recycling.
Yeah.
And he said, "Hey, I just got this phone. It's only 2 months old. Anybody know how to fix this screen?" And he dropped a bolt on it.
Oh no!
And it cracked part of the screen, and now the screen doesn't work.
Oh,
it's
dear.
like I'd be afraid of that stuff.
Yeah. Yikes.
I go back to the BlackBerry. Get the keyboard back on there.
Yeah.
The BlackBerries, those held up pretty good.
Oh, they were tanks.
The Nokia phones, that's what I want. I want a Nokia phone, like the classic candy bar phone, but just put all that smart technology in there. Good camera and a good screen and being able to get on the internet.
Yeah, I like my iPhone.
Yeah, it's too big. That's regular. That's
the regular size. That's the
regular size Pro version.
Yep.
And the Pro version is not bigger than the regular version, right?
I couldn't say.
Size-wise,
I don't know.
Roughly the same.
I don't think that. I think they make them a little different so that the case manufacturers are happy.
Of course.
Yeah.
And but they make a Max. Do they make a Max
They do
version
make a
still?
Max. Yeah, the Max has a 6.5-inch screen.
Too big.
Not that I did my research, but
Of course you did.
It's another half-inch larger.
Too big, man. I wish they don't make the Mini, and I wish they would come out with the Mini, and they have it for the past couple phones.
You would think it makes sense. I mean, just get a half a phone. It's a lot easier for the kids. You can still put the camera on it and everything, right?
Yeah. Mine has a nice 2-camera thing.
Yeah.
It works well. I think it's great. I'm gonna hold on to that Mini. Like I want to get the new iPhone, but I almost want to hold on to this as like my backup phone. Maybe I'll just get a second phone.
Where are these things being recycled? They always say we'll give you a certain amount of money for your exchange.
Right.
What do they do with them?
I don't know.
Do they employ gnomes to go through and just get all the?
They probably do what I.
metal out
They
there?
probably do what I do every time I get a new phone. If I don't trade in the phone, I
Yeah.
just put it in a drawer. Like I have a Samsung phone that's just in a drawer right now.
Oh,
So
just taking up space.
yeah, it's just taking up space. It has like some, and I pulled all the pictures and everything off of it, so it's like it literally is. There's no need for me to hold on to it. I don't know why I still have it. Maybe I need to go to one of those phone recycling centers where they give you some cash for it.
Yeah, do that.
We'll get you your Bloomberg Market Minute here in just a little bit. By the way, while we were doing this live stream, what was on the air was Always Learning with our friends from Barry and Risa. Great conversation. Probably better than what conversation we were having.
Sorry.
But it's okay. Great conversation. You can check out the podcast at WSJM.com and the WSJM app if you'd like to learn more about Career Pathways Day. That's what we talked about today with the folks from Barry and Risa.
Is there still hope for us? Can we explore a career pathway?
Might as well. I mean, we're going to be there next week.
Sweet. I'm looking forward to it.
We should probably explore some other careers. I did tell them, and when they were talking about the logistics of where we're going to be set up and all that stuff, and she said, well, I do have a note here that says, don't put me near any loud things, because we had the folks from Special Light. They create like doors. A lot of their things are like the special doors that really, really super strong.
Yeah.
And they were talking about, we have this really awesome material that we do. We put in this door and you cannot break it. And so what they did is they had a bunch of mallets and had kids beating on it.
Oh my gosh.
And that was directly behind me. Like, they
did that on purpose.
I went crazy.
Oh,
I lost my mind at one point. And I went straight to the people that were planning the whole thing. I said, hey, nothing against these guys. These guys are great. I love them. I'm having great conversations, but man, every 10 seconds there's somebody beating on that door, so I can't have a conversation. So they're putting us somewhere else.
Yikes.
All right, let's get you your Bloomberg Market Minute, and then we'll catch you up with news here in just a second.
The September consumer price update. Stock rose for a third session in a row yesterday. The Dow is up 66. The S&P added 19 points. The NASDAQ jumped 97. Gina Cervetti, Bloomberg Radio.
It's the morning show on 94.9 WSJM.
Hey, good morning. Just about 7:30. Today is going to be a beautiful day. It's Thursday, and we've got a little bit of clouds today. And it's going to be rainy. 70% chance for some rain off and on this morning. It's been kind of light, which is good. Then later on this afternoon, 30% chance for some rain in the afternoon, high 60. And then later on tonight, we're looking at cloudy skies, 20% chance for some rain with a low down to 50. Friday, football weather. It's going to be decent football weather. We're looking at mostly cloudy skies, 30% chance for some rain, mainly after 5 p.m. So might be a little bit dicey for football. I would suggest wearing a poncho or parka or something like that. We'll actually preview Friday night football with our friends Al Bashoka. We'll talk Lakeshore football, and then with Brett Wachowski, we will talk St. Joe Bears football. Getting close to the end of the regular season, so this is where things are starting to get pretty interesting. So we'll learn more about that, but that will happen here tomorrow morning. But there's a lot going on. Let's find out what's happening in the news this morning.
WSJM News Now. Team coverage from the WSJM Newsroom on News Talk Sports 94.9 WSJM.
And in the WSJM Newsroom, I'm Ken Lundberg. Indiana Michigan Power's Cook Nuclear Power Plant Unit 1 will begin its 31st refueling outage this Saturday at 3 a.m. Power on Unit 1 was reduced on Wednesday, October 11th, to allow for equipment testing before the outage begins. In addition to refueling the reactor and performing regular maintenance and testing work, the outage will also replace a reactor coolant pump motor.
Oh,
yeah,
fun.
Yeah, they're going to do that as well as an RCP seal inspection and refurbishment activities. Any idea how many additional contracted workers come in for this?
I know it's quite a lot. I don't know the exact number, though. How many?
Over 1,000 additional contracted workers.
Wow.
Yeah, that supplements the regular 1,000 person staff leading up to and during the outage. So it's a big deal.
Yeah, it is a big deal. So we want to say welcome to 1,000 new listeners.
Yeah, 1,000 new listeners. And you can watch on the live stream as well. We're putting it on our WSJM Facebook and YouTube channel.
Yeah, I bet these people were coming from wherever they were coming from around the United States and saying, I've been watching this fine award-winning program. I'm really looking forward to be able to listen to it on the radio. That's what I've heard.
Exactly.
I've heard.
Exactly. So welcome to the additional contracting workers. Congressman Bill Huizenga has joined a bipartisan resolution in support of Israel and condemning the attacks carried out by Hamas. Huizenga tells us the attack against Israel by the Gaza-based Hamas is barbaric, cannot be tolerated. He expects the first thing the U.S. House of Representatives will vote on after they elect a Speaker of the House will be the resolution supporting Israel. And lawmakers in the state capitol are moving forward with a bill package to remove local decision-making when it comes to industrial-sized wind and solar farms. It's part of the governor's What's Next agenda, streamlining approval and construction of solar wind farms by transferring zoning control out of local governments and into the Michigan Public Service Commission. Energy Committee member Pauline Wenzel has said the legislation puts what should be local decisions into the hands of unelected bureaucrats. Those are just some of the stories we're following for you this morning. I'm Ken Lundberg in the WSJM Newsroom.
And I'm Johnny Reinhardt.
Yes, you are.
I've just been sitting here waiting for you.
Oh, no.
I'm listening.
To take a breath.
No, I've been listening to you. And then I've been like focusing on what's going on TV because the road to the World Series is happening. And, there's been some upsets in baseball this playoff season. So it's been pretty interesting. So my eyes have been locked on that while you were doing the news stuff. We'll catch you up with sports, speaking of that, in just a few minutes. Also, let's find out what's happening around the state with the Michigan News Network.
The Michigan News Network.
I'm Beth Fisher. Thousands of Ford workers.
Yeah, at one point I was like, "Oh wait, you're getting ready to wrap up," and I was like, "But I'm like totally focused on baseball." Houston beat Minnesota.
I do like Houston.
I don't.
Nolan Ryan, he has heritage there. So
yeah, Nolan Ryan was great.
Yeah, still like him from that.
I think Nolan Ryan's teams are still in it because he was a former Texas Ranger as well.
Oh.
Let's see, playoffs. Yeah, because the Dodgers got swept, which that was a big surprise to a lot of people because the Dodgers were one of those teams that had 100 wins
Yeah.
So they thought, oh man, it's going to probably be the Dodgers and the Braves in the
Right.
in the
I think
championship.
you said that.
Yeah, I thought Dodgers and Braves. Now it looks like it's going to be, man, it might be the opposite of that. It might end up being Phillies and Diamondbacks because Diamondbacks swept the Dodgers. So we'll just have to wait and see about that because right now, Game 3 that happened yesterday for the Braves and the Phillies won 10-2. So that's big. And then the fourth game happening today. So we'll see. Because I believe that's a 5-game series.
Huh.
Yeah, because Houston won their series against the Twins 3-1. And then I think the next set they moved to the 7-game series. So best of 7. So it might, you might end up seeing, and you haven't seen it in years, but you might end up seeing the Diamondbacks in the World Series.
I remember when the Mariners lost the big unit, Randy Johnson.
And he went over to the Diamondbacks.
Yeah, he ended up at the Diamondbacks, and that guy. There's a reason they call him Big Unit.
Yeah,
he can basically stand on the mound and drop the ball behind the home plate.
Yeah, he's huge. And you know what he does now? He's a photographer.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, his photography logo, the logo for his business, the greatest logo of all time.
What is it?
Because you might remember when he was on the Mariners, he had that infamous fastball that ended up killing a bird.
I do remember that.
So his logo for his photography company is a dead bird. It's a bird flipped upside down. It's hilarious.
Oh man, I'm gonna have to follow.
I feel sorry for the bird, but
he got
in the way.
Everyone's got a time.
The bird got in the way.
So what is it? Big Unit Photography or something?
No, I don't know what his name is for that. It may just be Randy Johnson Photography.
All right.
But yeah, one of the best. But yeah, I feel bad for people that were Mariners fans and they're like, oh man, we could have had it. Because the Mariners at that time, they still had Ken Griffey Jr., didn't they?
It was amazing.
They had Ken Griffey Jr. and Randy Johnson. I mean, and then both of them left.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, but it was still cool. And they had a kingdom, and then they tore it down.
Yep. Yeah.
So there was that.
Yeah, it's just called Randy Johnson Photography.
Oh, there it is. I see it now because of the dead bird, and I'm now following it.
Yeah.
He only has 118 followers? Jeez. Maybe this isn't the right guy. Come on.
Maybe people don't know much about him.
That could be.
But he does concerts.
Oh, he's only had one post. Well, that's why. Come on, Randy.
Come on.
Sorry.
He needs to hire
a social media
person just to take all the photos.
He's got all the cameras on his camera, photos on his camera. He doesn't know what to do with them.
Right?
What do you expect? That was a picture.
No, you need. It looks like, according to his website, his Instagram is his official one is RJ51 Photos.
Oh, so
so maybe he got the other. Maybe he just started the other one.
All right. What's his official one?
RJ51 Photos.
Yeah, you're having me follow all kinds of weird accounts. RJ51 Photos.
Yeah, if you just type that in and then send a message with your social security number.
Oh, that's what I do.
That's how you sign up. That's how you sign up for the club.
Okay, so this makes more sense because it's got 108,000 followers.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does all kinds of stuff: wildlife photography, concerts.
Jeez.
Lots of cool stuff. Yeah, it's so great when you have somebody that, you've got a great career and then you take your hobby and then turn your hobby into another career. Because he'll end up doing sports photography every once in a while too. And it's like, that's awesome. I think Ken Griffey Jr., by the way, is also doing that.
Huh. I wonder if they get together and compare those.
Maybe.
But I mean, his composition is beautiful, but I would say for the rock concerts, he has a built-in advantage because he can stand up higher than anybody else and get that different perspective.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah, he's got some good photos.
Yeah.
All right. We are going to talk about we are going to talk about some other things here in just a little bit.
We have to find a class to help us with the gnome.
Oh, yeah.
So if anybody watching right now knows of a classroom, like an elementary school class, wants to help us with the gnome, we're thinking about entering this go big or go gnome thing with Krazel. But we need to help with the gnome stuff. So maybe we can get an elementary school class to help us build it.
I think it's a great idea.
Yeah.
Because that means we don't have to do any work.
Yeah, exactly. That's one.
I'm an okay artist, but I'm not the most gifted.
The creativity of kids is magical.
Yeah, I think it would be better for that to have the kids do it, get them involved. It'll be fun.
Because we have preconceived notions of gnomes. We've been subjected to commercial stuff. I want to see what they think gnomes are.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's a good idea. So if there's any teachers, art teachers, or just teachers that watch this and say, hey, let's get this, let's make this happen.
You want to see what Krazel has put together for a gnome?
They have their own gnome?
I got a sneak peek. Let's see. Can I put this up here?
No way.
Yeah.
Look at that gnome.
Yeah, that's a big gnome.
How big is that thing?
It's at least 4 feet tall. It's about 4 feet tall. And here's another view of it. I don't know if the glare will.
Yeah.
Fix
What's that made out of? Is that clay?
No, it's paper. And so the top of it where you see the white is a yoga mat that was So the skeleton of it is a tomato cage.
Okay.
Tomato cage. And then they wrap like paper mache around it. And then there's a yoga mat for the hat cone type thing.
Okay.
And then there's some foam in there. And Danny Davis is the artist who's doing it. She's one of their instructors there. And she said that the thing was so light she could pick it up with a finger. So they added some weight, putting something into it so it won't blow away. The next step is painting it. And she's using Vincent van Gogh as the inspiration, not Starry Night, because everyone uses Starry Night, she says. And so it's like Bed and Arles or something like that. And then she'll finish it off with some sunflowers.
Oh, very nice.
It's gonna look sweet. It's gonna look really nice.
Yeah, we couldn't do that.
No, that's why we need to get
the kids. Get the kids involved.
Yeah.
All right. Let's get back to show here in just a moment. Want to talk changing tires?
We can do that.
Do you want to talk about that? But what else we got on the list of things?
What else do you want to talk about here? Let's see. We talked about coffee.
Talk
about high school students. I saw this.
Yeah,
this is not good.
The bad scores.
Yeah. Why are they doing that?
We can talk about that.
Or the DeLorean, because that's a car.
Yep, that will segue into that.
All right.
We'll get to that here all this morning.
Sham Weather You Can Depend On is sponsored by Boss Services, raising the standard for heating, cooling, and electrical in Southwest Michigan. Boss Services.
Looking like fall with gray skies and rain at times, especially this morning, warming to the upper 50s, low 60s today. We'll dry out a bit tonight, though a stray shower can't be ruled out. Lows low 50s. Dry for most of Friday, though clouds will linger. Highs tomorrow, low 60s. Another round of showers arrives Friday night and Saturday. Straight isolated showers possible through Sunday, cooling to the upper 50s.
That is right in there.
I'm WSBT 22 meteorologist Jessica Burns.
The Morning Show with Jonny and Ken on News Talk Sports 94.9 WSJM.
I got to tell you, if you're not watching our live streams that we do every day during the 7 o'clock hour, you're missing out because we are streaming live for a whole hour. And what we do is we don't just, sit around and twiddle our thumbs and just wait while everything
we do
else
that
is going on.
and
We do that and have conversations about a lot of stuff and stuff that you don't always hear on the radio, like we're talking on the live stream right now while we're talking on the radio. But when like commercials are playing or some of the news or sports is playing, we're also having some other exclusive conversations. So we're going to have some other conversations now about changing tires, because you had a little bit of a mishap yesterday where you don't know where the nail came from, but you ran over a nail.
And I seem to remember there was a pop at some point. But for those of you who are on the live stream, this is the close up of the nail hole.
That's a big nail.
It's a big nail. It's a big hole in my tire, and I almost want to say it was when I was dropping Terry off.
That's possible.
That's possible. When I was turning around in the parking lot, I might have picked up the nail there or something like that.
Mhm.
Anyway, it eventually went away. The nail did,
Okay.
and left a big hole in my tire. And I have run flats,
Oh, okay.
so I can keep going to a destination where I can fix the tire. So I made it home.
Mhm.
Look at the thing, and it's like, oh, well, you're flat, and aired it back up, and that was all I heard when I was trying to air it up.
Wow.
So it was that big of a hole. And the car, Helga,
Mm-hmm.
doesn't have a jack in it. There's no spare tire. There's no jack because it has run flats. It was made to run with run flats.
Yep.
And so
I've heard that about BMW's been doing that for a while, and it's really annoying.
Where's my jack? I want my jack.
Yeah. I've known people that have had BMWs and they've run over something and they like rip the tread or put a big hole in the sidewall.
Yeah.
And they said, "Yep, had to call somebody, had to have them come pick me up because I couldn't change it as much as I wanted to."
Yeah. So I had to call somebody and have them bring me a jack.
Mm.
I could have driven to the tire place, but that would have time and money and all that other fun stuff. So I decided I'd just change it myself because I have an extra set of tires and wheels. In the garage.
Nice. They're not winter tires.
They're
just
not
happen
winter
to have
tires.
them?
I had a good deal on the
The
other.
I think you told me the story.
So I have, just long story short, 2 sets of tires. They're not identical. So if I change one, I've got to change them all.
Okay.
So once I got the jack, I was able to start doing. I had a jack. I had a hydraulic jack, but the car's so low to the ground it wouldn't get under there.
Oh man.
So I thought, well, rather than Jimmy a fix of some sort, I'm just going to wait for somebody else's jack. Got that. Stephanie would let me borrow her jack. Took the tires off, all 4 of them, not all at once, but I remembered something. I've done it forever. I do it to this day, and I pass this knowledge along to my oldest boy. He'll probably forget it. When you're tightening lug nuts, always do it in the star pattern.
Yes.
That would be a bad thing if you didn't do it. You'd have probably lopsided tires and do all kinds of
things.
It
doesn't balance out right.
Doesn't balance out right, but yeah, it's fun.
Your kids know how to change a tire, right?
I don't know.
Okay.
I doubt it.
Because I feel like the changing of the tire is something that is so important because it's, yes, you have, tow trucks that can come pick you up. You have,
that's convenient.
Insurance might cover, a roadside assistance and things like that. But when you really need it, it is good to have that knowledge.
Yeah. Unless you're driving a car that has run flats, you've probably got a jack in the car.
Yeah.
And there's a crowbar in there that has the right size lug thing. Also learned, I didn't learn this the hard way, thankfully, because but I have a pneumatic wrench. I have one of those impact wrenches to get the lug nuts off, which was super convenient. And I thought, well, I'll save myself some time and put them on. And before I did that, I checked the internet. Should I use a high impact, an impact wrench to put the lug nuts back on? The answer was no, unequivocally no, because you might break the lug nuts. And can you imagine the expense of that?
Oh my gosh,
replacing that thing.
See, I'm surprised you did because I thought you had a retired pit crew person on hand.
They were
on
off
retainer.
Yesterday, so I borrowed making the noise of the impact wrench. Though, that's fun.
That is fun.
That's a lot.
I'm surprised you got anything done. Like you were just like
just sitting there
the whole time. You're like
the dog was
you've
hiding
been
on
out
the other
there
side
for
of the yard.
4 hours, and I've been hearing the wrench go. What's going on? Well, I've just been playing around with it, just like the clinking of the tongs. It's the exact same thing with the impact wrench.
Yeah.
Well, that's good.
Got it all done.
It's all done.
Yeah. So hopefully, knock on wood, no more nails today.
Speaking of cars, you probably need to change the tires in this one. There was and if you've ever seen the movie Back to the Future, this is where the car really got famous. Was the DeLorean? Great car.
Yeah.
They stopped making them.
What'd they make, like 5 of them or something?
There was a company actually. There's a DeLorean company somewhere down in like Texas that actually had like all of the old DeLoreans and the spare parts from the DeLorean company after they liquidated things.
After John DeLorean did something with the profits.
So in a a 1981 DeLorean,
Yeah.
the same car for Back to the Future,
Okay.
was recently found in a barn in Wisconsin. And as you remember in the movie,
Yeah.
he parked in the barn.
That's right.
But this is a different barn.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But it's
so it wasn't a time traveling DeLorean.
No, not the time traveling DeLorean.
Okay.
But I still would advise not going 88 miles per hour because you might want to. You also have to have the 1.21 gigawatts.
Oh, okay.
But it's in great condition with less than 1,000 miles on it.
Oh.
And a collector from Chicago found it through social media. They pried it open and everything inside looked great.
Oh, no.
And they did had to get rid of one mouse, though. But one mouse in a car that is in near mint condition at 1,000 miles on it. The collector plans to restore it.
Oh, this is beautiful. I'm seeing pictures of it now.
Pretty sweet, right?
Wow. 977 miles on it.
Jeez.
That's nothing. That's like getting out of the auto place.
Yeah, could you imagine? Just, either, you buy a house or you just happen to see something where somebody, maybe their grandparents died or something. And they're like, oh, yeah. So I'm cleaning out the garage and I found this thing. If anybody wants it. Yeah. Less than 1,000 miles DeLorean. How much do you think that thing's worth? That's got to be worth a ton of money. With that, that's rare of having that low amount of miles.
It's a rare car. It's got the low miles.
It's not going to have any rust because it's stainless steel.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Is that the thing?
That's that's why it's not painted.
Okay.
That's why all the DeLoreans are silver.
Oh, okay.
They made them with stainless steel.
You learn something new every day.
Yep.
So don't use the Scotch pad on it.
Don't.
Okay.
No.
All right.
Not a good idea.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm sure. I would say I'm sure the hydraulics on the doors and all that stuff and all those different things probably still works. You just got to
use a charge or
use a charge, or maybe probably got to replace some hoses because they've been sitting for who knows how long. maybe since the early 80s, so there's probably some decay there, but it's probably still in great condition.
I will tell you, having those old cars, especially the ones with the vacuums and such, it's so much fun to see how that works. Yeah. The engineering solutions they came up with.
So pretty neat. So you may end up seeing that car on the auction block. But what are the chances?
Chicago?
Yeah, of course. Some guy in Chicago found it. It's like, I'll just take this and I'll restore it.
I'm thinking in the great southwest of Michigan, we have a lot of barns.
Mm-hmm.
So if anyone's got like a 1950s, 60s era Porsche or something like that, let me know.
Yeah, just hanging around.
Yeah. I'll take a look.
Love to take a look at that. Here in just a little bit, we'll catch you up with what's going on. MoodyOnTheMarket.com. We'll have your update and so much more. It's the morning show on 94.9 WSJM.
Mark Patrick Seminars is coming to Benton Harbor Thursday, October 19th for one day only. Here we talk about how hypnosis works to help people lose weight or stop smoking.
We all have an image of ourselves, and that image, if we have an image of a non-smoker, we attract non-smoker behaviors and beliefs. So we have an image of a smoker, we attract the habits of a smoker. If we have the image of a person who is overweight, we live up to those expectations. So one of the things we focus on with our programs is we work on, at the subconscious level, the image or snapshot of yourself. If you have a healthy image, you attract healthy habits. We work on, under hypnosis, taking the pleasure association out for smokers that they have towards smoking, putting back in what they already know consciously, that it's a filthy, disgusting habit that they never wish they start in the first place, that's killing them dead. And we get them out of these sessions. They want to do these things instead of feel like they have to do them.
Don't miss Mark Patrick Seminars Thursday, October 19th at the Hilton Garden Inn, Benton Harbor. Go to markpatrickseminars.com.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
This story is called The Ugly Truth About Timeshare. If you think you've done your family a favor by buying a timeshare, you need my help. Hello, I'm Chuck McDowell, CEO and founder of Wesley Financial Group. 10 years ago, I started helping folks cancel their timeshare. And in the process, started what's now called the timeshare cancellation industry. Timeshare is the only thing that you can buy that you can't tell me how much it's going to cost or when it's going to end. When you buy a timeshare, you give them a blank check to fill out any amount they want for annual maintenance and assessment fees. The crazy thing is, this never ends. Even when you die, your family's now going to be stuck with this burden. Stop the insanity today. Call my office now. If we take you as a client, I guarantee we'll cancel your timeshare or you'll pay nothing.
Call for your free information kit. 800-990-3434. 800-990-3434. 800-990-3434.
The Morning Show with Jonny and Ken on News Talk Sports 94.9 WSJM.
When you want to know Southwest Michigan's business, you can find it at moodyonthemarket.com and the Moody on the Market app. Stay in the know with all the stories from our team of contributors, as well as the Moody on the Move series and the awards program that includes 40 Under 40, Best Places to Work, and Bold Women of Business. It's all right there. And we're streaming live on our Facebook and our YouTube right now. If you'd like to come hang out with us over there, you can do that. But it's time for your Moody on the Market update, where it's brought to you by our friends at Insurance Management Service. Call IMS today, your local auto owners agency with locations in St. Joseph and in Niles.
Southwestern Michigan college leaders are feeling good about how potential students are feeling about the Dowagiac campus. There's tremendous interest in the college right now, said President Dr. Joseph Odenwald, who reported to the Southwestern Michigan College Board of Trustees. He says last week they received the highest number of applications in a single week since they began keeping records.
Nice. Trustees also received some good news about student retention, which is at a 10-year high. The board chair, Thomas Jordan, praised everyone involved and said, we've led the state in enrollment credit hour growth the last 2 years among all community colleges. Locally and statewide, we are witnessing the predicted decline in high school numbers across Michigan. So we are essentially carving a larger slice of a shrinking enrollment pie. This is truly nothing short of amazing, and the credit goes to the SMC team making the college a destination. The word's getting out about SMC.
That's almost like a math story problem.
Yeah.
If the pie is this big and it shrinks, and if your size is going larger.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, is that a good thing?
It's an interesting
do you
pie.
Do you want a larger slice of a smaller pie or a smaller slice of a larger pie?
I think as long as you're getting pie.
What is pie?
As long as you're getting a pie.
3.14.
3.14159.
Officials said fall 2024 stepped off to a solid start with applications up a third compared to a year ago. That's big.
That is good.
Yeah. So you can read the full story there at moodyonthemarket.com. Talk about Southwestern Michigan College.
I will say, as an alumni, solid campus.
Awesome.
I was just there the other day.
What were you doing?
Practicing for
that's right.
my symphony orchestra performance.
The Beethoven
Ninth Symphony.
Very nice.
So it should be a good one. But yeah, great campus. Solid campus over there in Dowagiac.
Excellent.
Check out that Moody on the Market update. It's brought to you by our friends at Insurance Management Service. Call IMS today, your local auto owners agency with locations in St. Joseph and in Niles. Coming up here in just a few minutes, we'll catch you up with news, sports, and a whole lot more next.
We're watching over you. IMS Insurance Management Service.
All right. That about does it here for the live stream. Thank you all so much.
They still have 3 minutes.
They still have 3 minutes?
Yeah.
Oh.
Don't wrap it up yet.
Dollar Bill says you can use your impact wrench to tighten your lug nuts on your car. Just don't hit them with the full impact to tightening to get the torque wrench for the final tightening.
Okay.
The torque wrench. Got to get that out.
Well, and forever and a day, I've wanted to buy a torque wrench. I could never find the one I wanted.
Yeah.
But also, Dollar Bill, I want to know on my torque wrench, I've got reverse. There's only one speed for reverse.
Right.
But then on the other side, the forward was 1, 2, 3. And I wasn't sure which one would, what that meant.
Sure.
I assumed it meant
low,
how much
medium,
strength.
high.
Yeah, like that. But I didn't want to. So that's why I started Googling, and then
Did you test it ahead of time?
I didn't use it to tighten.
Oh, okay.
I just didn't use it at all to tighten.
All right.
I do the old, do.
Yeah.
That's my torque.
Yeah, I try to use any power like to get it off, but yeah, when I'm putting it back, it's like,
Yeah, I want to be careful.
Yeah, you don't want to strip anything because then that's a whole nother trip.
Ooh,
that's one where you got to call the tow truck and get it to take care of it.
Or that's the one where you put a little of that blue Loctite on it.
Yeah,
and just like got 4 that I know are good.
Yeah, there's 4 out of 5 ain't bad, right?
Yeah. Yeah, and it was frustrating because the ear impact drill wrench thing that I have, it's a common one, but I couldn't find anything that would tell me anything specific about what the 1, 2, 3 did. Like
really
specific
nothing.
PSI or whatever. I would have had to dig down and
Yeah,
do a
yeah.
whole bunch of stuff. And
Still, that you'd think would be readily available, somebody would say, "Hey, this is what this means." Like, that's a great part about Google. And somebody I saw, they were talking about this on, I think, the Today Show, about what did people do before you couldn't do stuff on the internet. Oh,
trial and error. He says Harbor Freight has a good digital torque wrench. I'll check it out. Thank you for the
check it out.
The recommendation there.
This portion not brought to you by Harbor Freight, but there's building one in Niles, and I did drive by there, and I did see. So you see the Big Lots. It's in the big complex where there's a Big Lots, and then right next to it, there's a sign that says Harbor Freight. So my guess is it'll be like a smaller store. Maybe not as big as some of the, like the one in Benton Harbor, not as big as the one in Mishawaka. So, we shall see. But it didn't look like I didn't see any really construction going on. I didn't see a dumpster outside or any construction.
What did you
crews.
see? What was there?
All I saw was the sign that said Harbor Freight.
Oh,
so I didn't see much activity beyond that.
Okay,
but I think I'll pass by there probably today. I'll give you an update.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, if you ever need or see anything, feel free. We were just doing our Moody on the Market update. If you happen to see anything going on, some activity, we just had somebody, and I meant to mention it to you guys, but somebody sent us an email yesterday about, hey, I'm noticing at the old Holiday Inn off of M139, there's some activity going on. They've cleared the brush. They have these big concrete kind of highway separators or whatever they call right there.
Jersey barriers.
Yeah, those kind of things.
Okay.
They've got those going on and some heavy equipment. So not really sure exactly what's happening. Right by the overpass on the other side, past, you go down M139 past like Dunkin' Donuts, and you get over the bridge, the exit down here, and I'll tell you. I'll show you.
Okay.
People know. All right, we got to get back to the show. All right, everybody.
Yeah.
Man, we've had a busy show. Just past 8 o'clock, we're doing the extended version on our live stream. We were just talking about a whole bunch of stuff, so much so that we were like, oh, wait, we got to go back to doing the show and get things going.
Yeah.
So lots of things to talk about this morning, but it is Thursday, and we do have some rain off and on. We're looking at that pretty much lasting throughout the entire day. High 60 later tonight as well, with some rain and breezy as well, and rain possible tomorrow. So kind of a gloomy day, but that's all right because we're getting into the fall type weather. We also have Friday the 13th tomorrow. So,
yes.
Yeah.
For Furry Friends Friday tomorrow, Black Cat.
Good question. I have not got any. I have to check my email because usually they send us an email either yesterday or today.
That would be spooktacular.
The cat. I don't know if I told anybody about this. The cat that I found in my car, Dash.
Yeah.
Got adopted.
That's great. That's good to hear.
So I got that great news the other day from Robin, who coordinates our Furry Friends Friday, and she said,
nice.
"Hey, by the way, Dash got adopted." So really, really awesome.
If you forgot, Johnny found a cat. Well, it was meowing at the door of a restaurant.
Yeah, it was meowing around in Dowagiac, just kind of walking around. It's a rainy, cold day on Mother's Day.
Yeah,
and I was like, I got to save this kitten because it was like a baby kitten. So we saved it. I had it wrapped up in a box, walked away from my car for like 2 seconds to grab something from my mom.
Johnny did the brilliant thing of leaving the cat unattended in the car
for 2 seconds. And the cat like jumped out of the box, and I was like, oh no, cat, you're fine. Just get back in the box. Just relax. You're fine. And then all of a sudden it was like, nope, I'm getting out of here. It climbed into my dashboard.
Yeah. Why wouldn't it?
And I had to remove a couple pieces of my dashboard to be able to get this cat out.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was able to get it to the folks at Paws of Hope. They had the cat fostered for a little while, and it got adopted just recently.
Do the people who adopted Dash know the backstory?
I told Robin to basically pass the message along of the story.
Okay, good.
It's and the name, they got to keep the name.
Yeah.
So
and if they want to join us on the live stream someday, I think that'd be fun because I want to see Dash.
Yeah, I have not seen an updated picture or video of Dash, so I'd like to see. I know it's full of energy and it's getting bigger. So
nice.
I think it's a cat now.
Good.
So maybe Dash could be just like featured as a good story.
I like that
at some point for Furry Friends Friday.
Right.
We'll catch you up with sports here in just a little bit, but let's find out what's happening in the news. WSJM News is brought to you by City Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning, the crew in blue, keeping you in your comfort zone since 1902.
WSJM News now. Team coverage from the WSJM Newsroom on News Talk Sports 94.9 WSJM.
In the WSJM Newsroom, I'm Ken Lundberg. Lawmakers in Lansing are moving forward with a bill package to remove local decision-making when it comes to industrial-scale wind and solar farms. It's part of the governor's What's Next agenda, streamlining approval and construction of solar and wind farms by transferring zoning decisions out of local governments and into Michigan Public Service Commission. Bill sponsor Ranjiv Puri from Wayne County.
Farmers and landowners have their hands tied by restrictive ordinances that really limit what they can do with their land. And so this legislation just provides more opportunity for them to do and make their own choices.
But Energy Committee member Representative Pauline Wenzel says legislation puts what should be local decisions into the hands of unelected bureaucrats.
This goes directly against the will of the people, at least my constituents and my people in Southwest Michigan. In fact, we just had this on the ballot and it failed miserably, 80-20.
The Michigan Association of Counties opposes the plan. It says the MPSC was not created for zoning, and ultimately, countywide zoning decisions might be the best path forward to provide developers predictability while preserving local control. You can expect action locally today at the Berrien County Board of Commissioners. And the Hager Township Board of Trustees has approved a resolution on that very topic, opposing any loss of local zoning control over large wind and solar energy projects. Township Supervisor Izzy DiMaggio.
The Michigan Township Association advised us of it. At the last minute, I prepared a resolution, and our township board adopted it, that we are opposed to the preempting of local control over these wind farms and renewable energy sources.
DiMaggio says the board's resolution will be sent to the area's state lawmakers and the governor's office. He believes decisions over large energy developments need to be local. The resolution also notes that the MPSC has no land control use experience. A Benton Harbor man is dead following a fire Tuesday night. The Benton Harbor Department of Public Safety says firefighters responded to a home at 725 McAllister shortly after 10 p.m. on report of a structure fire. A family of three lived in the home. Firefighters arrived to find two of the residents outside, a husband and wife. They said their 39-year-old son was still inside. A rescue team went inside and found the son upstairs in the bedroom. He had died due to smoke and heat. The mother and father were treated at the scene for smoke inhalation and were taken to Corwell Health South. The cause of the fire remains under investigation. The names of the victims have not been released. Go Big or Go Gnome. For their annual fall fundraising event, Krasel Art Center has decided to do something quite different. They're asking people to create gnomes, either outdoor gnomes or indoor gnomes. Director of Events Jamie Balkin explains it's called Go Big or Go Gnome, and it promises a blend of competition, creativity, and community engagement.
We're inviting people to make gnomes, and our hope is to fill our oval lawn garden with gnomes. The gnomes can be indoor or outdoor gnomes, whatever your pleasure.
Balkin says everyone is encouraged to share their artistic interpretation of what a gnome is. Enter the competition and enjoy the big gnome unveiling that's happening November 2nd through the 4th. Krasel plans food trucks, shopping from local artists, and a lot of fun. But we asked, why gnomes?
Because we like them. And that sounds so funny and silly. We thought about scarecrows at first, and we said, no, what's more universal? And then we went with gnomes.
The entry fee, $25 for individuals, $50 for groups. Check out their website for all the rules. Voting will start with the big gnome unveiling and run through November 16th. Winners for the competition will be announced on the 17th.
I like the gnome idea over scarecrows because gnomes, I think, transfer over into the holiday season a little better than scarecrows. Like you can keep a gnome until winter and it's just fine.
Yes, absolutely. And I mean, scarecrows, Buchanan already has the scarecrows.
Yeah, exactly. I was
all
just
over
going
the
to say
place.
that too.
Yeah. So in the WSJM Gnome Room, I'm Ken Lundberg.
We would just freak Andrew out and just like take one of our newsrooms and just cover it in gnomes.
I think we should do that.
That would if you've seen the if you've read Goosebumps in the past, there's there's one of the stories is about like creepy gnomes. So yeah, it's a good, I think a good thing. They got the gnome that it's good, it's cute, but then also you can go a little scary if you wanted to.
Scary.
So there's a lot of options available to you.
Yeah, we'll make a gnome room for Andrew.
Yeah, we should start slowly adding more and more gnomes. Then by the time like Christmas comes around, it's just covered in gnomes.
I love it.
Great idea. Hopefully Andrew's not listening, so he doesn't hear what we're talking about and doing. We'll catch you up with sports here in just a few minutes. Also, if you haven't made weekend plans yet, don't worry because Danielle from St. Joe Today has those covered for us in just a few minutes. Let's also check in and see what's happening around the nation and the world with ABC News.
There's no end in sight to the war between Israel and Hamas militants. About 1,300 people dead in Gaza.
All right, we're still streaming live here on our Facebook page and our YouTube. So you have a great rest of your day. Now, you replaced so what are you going to do? Are you going to spend today getting a new tire put on that or a new set of 4 tires for that? Or are you going to get it repaired by somebody?
I'll probably get the tire that has the hole in it that's huge. I'll probably get that one repaired because there's good tread on all 4 tires. The tires that are on my car now, 2 of them are great. 2 of them need some treatment. I'm concerned as to why the 2, and I think they came from the front originally. I put them back on the front. Why the 2 in the front have an odd wear pattern. Because, you can tell what the problem is by looking at the wear pattern.
Usually.
I haven't looked that up yet, but both of them look like they're a little chewed up for some reason.
Oh.
So I don't know if
inside, outside, middle, where...
I don't know if I was taking corners too fast on one side more than the other, or what the heck was happening.
Probably. All right.
Yeah.
Well,
but
some more tire investigation.
I tell you. Yeah. So I'll probably do that and,
okay.
Think about gnomes and how we're going to mess around with Andrew.
We're going to get a gnome guy.
Get a gnome for the...
No, where do you find where can we find like a large amount of gnomes? Just like the basic garden gnomes. I mean, you can find some at the store, but I need I guess we can go online, find something.
Well, I mean, if we get an elementary class involved in our gnome creation, our entry for Crazzle, we could probably also ask them to give us a bunch of paper gnomes.
Yeah, some tiny gnomes.
Yeah, tiny gnomes. Just everything from like an inch tall to, I don't know. We could wallpaper his room.
We're gonna gnome the whole place.
Yeah, it's gonna be gnome-tastic.
There's gnome place like gnome. All right. Bye, everybody. We'll talk to you again tomorrow.